Hi folks, it's Yvonne with Grandma Means Business. I have been posting on my personal page my weigh-ins for my journey through my keto diet. I say it's a modified keto diet because very, I'm not really very strict with the keto rules, which I actually don't know all of them, so that's a good reason why I'm not really strict with all of them. But I wanted to just give you an idea of how it all started. I keep forgetting to turn this light on before I get going because it's awfully dark over there. About a year ago, one of my sisters called me and said that she had started this diet and that she was losing weight quickly. And I said, well, what are you eating and what are you doing? And she told me that she cut out bread and cereal and pasta and rice and potatoes. And I said, are you crazy? I said, those are all the things that I eat. That's about all that I eat. And I just could not imagine not eating those things. So she just kept telling me, we stay in touch regularly, so she was just telling me, oh, well, I lost, 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 30 pounds. I'm like, you're kidding. And she's told me that she was not hungry ever and that she had plenty to eat. And she just, I don't know. And then I saw a couple of pictures of her on Facebook because she's in New York and I'm in Florida. And I was amazed. And then I got another call from one of my other sisters who lives in Arizona, and she said that she had started doing the same diet, and she was losing weight, hand over fist. And then she came to visit me last. I forgot when you were here, Kim. I think last summer. And she looks great. And I thought, oh my goodness, I should be able to do this. But those things that they don't eat are all the things that I only eat. My diet consisted of, before the diet started, here was my diet. It's pretty similar every single day because I'm like annoyingly boring when it comes to food ideas and meal planning ideas. But for breakfast, I would have a large bowl of cereal, like Frosted Flakes or Raisin Bran or some other, fun thing with a lot of whole milk in it. Well, sometimes 1%. It didn't matter to me as long as it was milk. So that was breakfast. Then for lunch, I would have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and maybe an apple and I can't even remember what I used to eat for lunch, but I guess whatever was around for lunchtime. And then so there was the bread, all the bread. And then for supper, in the afternoon, I always have to lay down in the afternoon because my back just doesn't do well if I don't give it a rest in the afternoon. So I would lay down in the afternoon with a book or my iPad so that I could watch a movie, one or the other, and a bag of licorice. And I would eat a lot of it. Sometimes the whole bag. But I loved the licorice. But I was just sitting there, reading and eating and stuffing it in. And then for supper, we would, have meat and potatoes and vegetables and dessert. Always dessert. Then at bedtime, I would have another bowl of cereal. I have done a bowl of cereal at bedtime for years. I remember when we were first married, Ron and I went to the doctor's. It was my turn to go to the doctor's, and he said to my doctor, she has a bowl of cereal every single night before bedtime. Isn't that weird? And he's like, well, it's like her dessert, right? And at that time, it was my dessert because I was thin back then, but now it was on top of the dessert. It was dessert for supper and then a bowl of cereal. So you can see my entire diet was pretty much carbs. The cereal, the milk, the bread. Oh, and lots of bread. If I had eggs for breakfast, there would also be 2 or 3 slices of toast to go with it. I was just, so when my sister told me that she, the things that she first had to eliminate from her diet before she could figure out what she was going to eat with this diet, I was just, for months, I said, I can't do that. I just can't do your diet. I'll just have to be heavy forever because I can't do that. Well, the scale just seemed to be continually going up and up and up. And when I went to the doctor's maybe about a year ago or so, and when I did the weigh-in, it said 186 pounds. And I got scared because that was ridiculously close to 190. And I thought, if I can get to 190, then I can do 200 easy. And for some reason, that just scared me. So I started to think about, what my sisters were doing and the fact that they were getting good results. And I said, I've got to try this. It was over and over in my mind, and I was getting upset, thinking I had to do it and not wanting to do it and not wanting to give up the diet that I loved. I really enjoyed eating those things. And the things that I ate were the kinds of things that I could overeat. Now, I don't know about you, but if I have a salad, I really can't overeat a salad. Maybe somebody can, but I can't. And things that are good for me, I don't tend to want to overeat. But, licorice, cereal, bread, I can overeat those things. Because pasta, oh my goodness, pasta. I could eat, a huge bowl of spaghetti and meatballs and sauce, and then go back and, pick the pasta up out of the pan and finish it off before I wash the dishes. Anyway, it was really bad diet. So the very first thing that I did on this day, I talked with one of my sisters, and I said, you know what? I am just going to do this because I cannot let the scale go any higher. I can't let it happen. I was upset, and I knew that I had to do this, and I was dwelling on it, and I finally just made the decision. I'm sure that I had help with that, because I was praying about it too at the same time. And I finally just made the decision, tomorrow morning, I'm starting on the diet. And I did. So, of course, I called my sister and said, well, what do I eat for breakfast? I have no idea what to eat for breakfast. And she said, have eggs. So we did have eggs in the house. That was good. So I had my eggs, but no bread, no toast. And then, nothing until lunch, which for me, usually, especially being a physical therapist and doing home care, and I was on the road all day long and driving past McDonald's and sweet tea. Oh my goodness. Especially after moving to Florida, because sweet tea is everywhere. I would have a large sweet tea in the morning and sometimes another one in the afternoon. No sweet tea, nothing between breakfast and lunch. And at lunch, I would try to find some kind of meat that I wanted and a vegetable. Or a salad if I could put one together. If I went out for lunch, I could have a salad. And then I would have nothing in the afternoon when I was laying down. I would try to drink a lot of water because that seemed to be helping me a little bit to get over not having the licorice. But I just had to say, no, I looked at the licorice, it was still there. And I just said, no, you're not having that anymore. You're dead to that. That's out. So I would have nothing in the afternoon, and then I would have my supper, which would be a meat and a vegetable, a salad. Oh, and then I finally learned that you could have nuts and seeds and that kind of thing. So that's what I added into my afternoon ritual of laying down while reading and watching movies or whatever. Okay, so that was the beginning. That was the starting point. And I've got to tell you, I lost about a pound a day for the first 2 weeks. And I know now why. It's because my caloric intake went way down because I didn't know what to eat. I just knew what I couldn't eat. So I just didn't eat that much. I would be hungry a lot Annette said she wasn't hungry. My sister Annette said she wasn't hungry, but I was hungry. And I kind of went into this little mini depression because I wasn't enjoying eating anymore, and it was just so upsetting to me. And I really did the first 2 weeks of the diet wrong because I wasn't prepared. I just stopped eating all the things that I knew I had to stop eating, and I didn't start eating all the right things for a little while yet. But that was my beginning. That was my rough, bumpy start. And it was not gradual. You know, like some people can gradually move into something. Well, I knew I couldn't do that. I just had to, this is it. Stop right here, right now. No more potatoes, no more bread, no more pasta, no more licorice, no more sweets, no more dessert. It was horrible. It isn't anymore, but it was then. It was very bad in the beginning, and I didn't know what to substitute it with. So it was a little bit of a bumpy, rough start. So I will end this here and tell you a little bit more about my journey again another day. If you have any questions, let me know. Comment below if you're already doing the keto diet and you know what you're doing. That would be great. Okay, guys. Bye for now.